Welcome back to Certifiably Ingame. I'm Tyr, and today we're taking a peek into one of Mass Effect's most iconic races, the Krogan. Built like a tank and almost unmatched in combat, the Krogan are often seen as dim-witted, brutish and self-centered. Though this is usually the case, there is more depth to this race than meets the eye. To begin to understand the Krogan, you need to understand what shaped them. In the Aralax system is the Krogan homeworld, Tuchanka, a dusty planet, sparse in natural resources and ravaged by radiation. On Tuchanka, everything is out to eat you. Virtually all animals are predators, and the few plants that grow are no exception. Due to the overwhelming inhospitality of Tuchanka, Krogans are extremely resilient and biologically engineered for survival. Skin tough enough to stop most blades, bony armour to protect vulnerable areas, and eyes set near the side of their face gives them 240-degree view to watch out for ambush. That large hump on their back? Storage of fat and water for times of hardship. The bigger the hump, the sexier they look. Two other Krogan. Possibly the most interesting part of Krogan anatomy is the number of redundancy organs they have. 4 lungs, 2 hearts, multiple reproductive organs, and best of all, a second nervous system, meaning it's virtually impossible to paralyse a Krogan. With a lifespan over 1,000 years, the Krogan tend to die of unnatural causes before this age.
Shit, well over 1,000 years. Don't even know how I'm still alive, to be honest.
In history, the most common reason for death was eaten by a predator. After inventing gunpowder, however, it was amended to death by gunshot. All Krogans have a neurological disorder called blood rage. This dampens all pain receptors and causes them to lose control. If your Krogan buddy is in blood rage, grab a drink and some popcorn and just get out of the way. This, coupled with the grisly fact they tend to eat their prey upon victory, may make you reconsider that popcorn. Biotics are rare amongst this race. However, those gifted with the skills tend to have a strong affinity. They are feared and respected in equal measure. For this reason, they rise to high positions of power quickly. The Krogan originally had an extremely short reproductive cycle and maturing, making most fights wars of attrition, throwing troops en masse at the opposition, knowing their ranks would be bolstered in a continual stream of expendable replacements. For this reason, the Citadel races helped the Krogan achieve interstellar travel, a feat they had not yet managed due to a self-inflicted nuclear winter that had razed most of the planet. In exchange, they would fight on the Citadel's behalf against the ever-expanding, hostile insectoid race known as the Rachni. The Krogan, with their myriad of resistances and sheer numbers, pushed back and almost entirely wiped out the entire Rachni species. This was the Rachni War. Heralded as saviours, the Krogan had spread peace in the Milky Way and were gifted in kind planets to colonise. This, however, was short-lived, as the Krogan soon overpopulated these worlds and started forcibly colonising other planets the other council races already colonised. This sparked the Krogan rebellion. The Turians, a strict military-based race, was tasked with quashing the uprising. With the Krogan's formidable birth rate, victory could not be achieved by conventional means. With the help of the Salarians, they developed a biological weapon that would halt them in their tracks, the genophage. Due to this, most Krogan have a nihilistic and self-centered mindset, believing their race will become extinct and thus are more likely to involve themselves in risky behaviour such as becoming mercenaries for questionable groups.
Should warn Fist, I will kill him.
You want me to arrest you?
I want you to try.
The tactics Krogan employ against their enemies commonly involve psychological warfare in the extremes. Most disregard morals and would consider genocide, killing civilians and even allies as acceptable if it helped them reach their goals faster. Many Krogan enjoy the reputation their species has. It adds weight to their threats. Others say that the fatalist view they hold for themselves has corrupted their race's honour. Debates and violent feuds are commonplace in Krogan society, and many Krogan simply give up trying to live amongst their peers, adopting a solitary existence. Krogan society is structured around numerous clans, each led by a leader and a shaman, and each is driven by strength and power. This simple order is beset by a deep importance and adherence to ancient traditions to prove their worth. All rites are initiated and observed by the clan shaman, a respected Krogan who devotes their life to upholding their tradition and even gives up their name to serve their clan. These are just some of the rites, tasks and challenges all Krogans must face. When a Krogan is born, they undertake the rite of life, surviving birth. Upon maturing, they take the rite of passage, a coming of age that involves explaining the Krogan's history and proving themselves in combat, taking their Krant, their most trusted allies, to fight with them. The rite of firsts, the act of calling out to any new opposition they face. The rite of honour, a trial for consideration for breeding and travelling to the female clans, which are kept separate. These are only a few of the rituals they take. Others range from becoming leader to having custody of their kids. Though they have many traditions, Krogans do not have a strict religion. Instead, they follow a loose form of ancestor worship, reminding them that they too will eventually die, although some do believe in an afterlife of sorts, Krogan, perhaps based on a more ancient religion from pre-Genophage time. The Krogan are proficient mechanics and develop in both vehicles and weaponry. An example is the Grol's break thrower, which would break any shoulder who it used, unless that user was a Krogan themselves. What may seem like overkill to other races is a necessity on Tachanga. The Krogan are a deep but disturbing race, powerful but filled with a feeling of futility. Their past seems filled with legends and honor, religion and wars, and although most Krogan would admit that their culture has always been confrontational, they would also say the Genophage did them no favours. This makes for a dangerous mix I find unique among sci-fi races, let alone Mass Effect ones. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Culture Index. Keep your eyes peeled for our next episode. If you like what you saw, drop us a like and subscribe at Certifiably Ingame. Want to know when our next video is out? Ring that bell below to get automatic notifications, and be sure to have your say in who we next index by liking the comment below. The next Culture Index will take a look at the Turians or the Romulans. Thanks for watching. I'm Tyr, signing out. Stay safe out there, people.